This is TWiT. Pictures are coming up of the Steve Jobs Theater. This is from, it's kind of interesting, a Spanish language Mac magazine had these pictures apparently discovered in Google Maps. Somebody's been uploading them to Google Maps.
That's hilarious.
So we're getting images. And Neil Seibart tweeted, based on the drawings, that there is a demo area, right?
And if it's a top floor, yeah, you'll have to walk through it. But maybe it'll be all covered in black when you go in.
Oh, so
or they'll be assembling the products when we're downstairs.
You think the demo area will be in the lobby, the upstairs lobby?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
It is a gallery space.
So this is the only part you see above ground. That's the round, world's largest carbon fiber roof, and this is glass all around. So I mean, there's no hiding what's inside. I mean, if somebody sends a drone over, they're going to see. So yeah, cover it with. Actually, that'd be exciting, wouldn't it? For the press arriving, they'll go there. They'll get their badges here. They'll have their traditional cruller and a cup of coffee, and then descend the escalators down.
And send the quarterbacks in on the
But
blitz.
see, notice this. Notice this here. Let me see if I can get this any bigger. This says exhibit space right here, underneath.
Oh, yeah,
underneath.
It looks like G.I. Joe's secret headquarters.
It does. Temporary space storage.
Yeah.
You'll walk. This is really cool. You're going to walk in. The auditorium doors are here. This is the stage area is just this slice here. Look at how much backstage and loading dock area there is. Mm-hmm. The loading dock must have a big elevator because it's underground. Everything's underground except for the lobby. So the loading dock has an elevator, obviously. The backstage is as big as the theater. The backstage is massive. And, of course, because that's where the executives are. That's where they're staging everything.
They have a secret entrance in the back that goes right from the...
That doesn't... I don't know where Neil got these, by the way. Do you know? I don't know where he got these drawings.
Maybe it's the city plans?
Oh, yeah, they would have to, wouldn't they, for permitting? And then, let's see. So this is the theater here. They've got stadium seating in the back. This says, here it says mech area underneath. So
where they keep the Mecca?
the mech. If you don't like it, the mech are under here. Just remember.
There's Ed 209, right? It didn't go Ed 209 bad.
This is kind of, this is really evil genius material here. This is the underground layer.
Well, that was the big thing. It's like, are they going to get us all in there and then just flood it? Say we're tired of you people and then just flood the whole thing.
Andy, I think you and I lucked out on this one. Here's a cross-section from an aerial cross-section. Gives you a better idea. This is the stage area. All of this is backstage.
Yeah, but realize that they are building a theater. It's not a place they built specifically to give product demos. And although again,
well, what else would they have here? Plays?
Well, remember
operas.
They could remember that this isn't something that, again, this isn't rental space. They're not going to be there for 5 years. They're going to be there for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And what they're putting, this is the one space you can get to without having to pass through Apple security. And there are a lot of companies in the area, actually everywhere, where they did need a big presentation space, but they can also do things like rent it out for functions, or if there's a function that they're doing where they just they want to host like an Academy screening, or there is just some sort of a speaker that they really like and they really, really endorse, they can have it in. This is the ultimate case of renovating your building and thinking that all I want to do with the kitchen is getting new appliances, but then you're thinking, well, look, I'm not going to be able to renovate the house for another 10 or 20 years. This is probably the last time I'm going to do this. Maybe I should pay the extra $15,000 to have a solarium attached to the kitchen and then a conversation area attached to that. When I see things like that in the backstage area, I'm thinking that this looks typical for a real theater where if you want to do live presentations, you need to have a wide backstage that can handle pretty much anything. And as I've been saying for the past year or two since we've been talking about this new thing, that this is also a theater that was designed specifically to host this sort of event particularly well. So I've absolutely no doubt that it was designed with the idea that there is a demo area that can be not just blocked off, but pretty much invisible to people who are coming in at the start of the event, or if they want to do something in the atrium area, a easy ability to quickly do a load in that area over the course of an hour. So it's like when you this is a tuxedo that was built for a magician. There are going to be all kinds of hidden pouches and double linings that wouldn't be in anything else, but are exactly for the sort of act that Apple wants to pull off. It's going to be fun. If I were attending, I would be just as interested to document this thing looks like it's a wall, but it's probably not a wall. And I just saw somebody who was standing by this area and there wasn't a door there, and now they're not there anymore. This must be the place where people can quickly slip out, take a phone call, then come back in again.
Here's like this is a great tweet thread, by the way. Neil Seibert from Above Avalon has a lot of information here. Meeting room. This says exhibit space, but when you look at the cross section, you see it says exhibit space down here. So I'm thinking the escalators come down and there's a large exhibit space that is not visible to the public here. He also says some other things, quotes the San Jose Mercury News in an interview in the San Jose Mercury News that the theater costs $14,000 a seat, according to somebody, Borden. That there's also 1,000 seats, it says clearly on the plans here, compared to 1,600 at Bill Graham for iPhone events, but much bigger than Yerba Buena Center, 760, and Apple Town Hall, 300.
And that's the cool thing, too, is like they used Apple Town Hall for a lot of things. It wasn't just for press meetings. It was for everyday company meetings.
Yeah, I think
they did some of Apple
theater.
University was there, and they did a lot of meetups. And some of the stuff they used to do in the center court of Infinite Loop, like when they had bigger meetings, and they could at least stage quasi-bigger meetings, like when they have disclosure meetings or they have meetings to show off new like things internally, projects that are done internally. And the really cool thing about all this, too, is that previously, to Andy's point, they would spend like $1 million to make a platform that rose up and turned around to show off the new iPhone, and then have to throw it away. Or they would spend millions of dollars to bring air conditioning into Bill Graham, and then have to basically scuttle all that money. Where here they can purpose build all of those displays and all of those mechanics exactly what we wanted, and then keep them.
It'll save them money, I'm sure. I mean, this is what Apple's always wanted to do, I'm sure.
Well, I think less than save the money, it gives them control and perpetual control over the environment.
Yeah, and you don't have to announce when your events are because you've got the theater booked privately.
Yes.